Hi, guys.
Hello. Okay, so we wait for a few more participants and we'll begin. So let's give them a couple of minutes. All right, let's begin, and all others will join the call. So welcome everyone. We have the 9th call of the DeFi group for the free time. So we are going to discuss today a few important topics. So the first one, and maybe the major one, is the bridges implementation proposal. So we have the first proposal prepared by the winner of Polkadot contest, who will present the vision and the roadmap for this implementation stage. The next topic we would like to discuss today is the stablecoin architecture contest. We talked about it a lot, but now it's time to do something, and let's discuss the crucial point that should be addressed in this architecture contest and decide who will prepare its specification. And last but not the least, we have a whole bunch of new jurors who joined the DeFi jury recently. It's 7 new people. Probably some of them are attending the call. So if you are, so welcome. You're more than welcome. So we're really happy to see you here, and hope that you will judge fairly and for the good of all the free time. So let's begin, and I will give the word to Stepan Cheripanov from the winning team for Polkadot contest, and Stepan has some presentation for us to demonstrate what they are going to do. Stepan, please.
Yes, hello everybody. Vladislav
could you give me rights to demonstration screen?
Sure, just a second. It's in?
Yes, good. 1 second. Okay, did you see it?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Oh, okay. Today we tell you about our suggestions, the implementation of Python Polkadot Bridge, and let's go. A few words about us. We are the team Vintex Pro, the winners of the bridge architecture contests, and the recipients of the grant from Polkadot. As you can see, we have some experience in both networks, and today with you, Stepan Cheripanov. In this project, I will be product manager, and Dmitry on the line, technical lead. Our team, this picture about all team. Our team develops fintech project, crowdfunding platforms, exchanges, accounting systems, trading bots, and other applications. Yes, roadmap. Today we have prepared our vision for development and compiled a roadmap. It will change with us in the process of implementation and additional research. How we see that now? Milestone 1, for building relay chain, we choose it chain bridge, like base code. We will develop needed models by cryptography and business logic in it. It will be realized on Golang. Most of the smart contracts written in first milestone required for the bridge will also be implemented too. You can see their specification in our document published in the architecture contest. The minimal logic of receiving messages in the Polkadot parachain will also be implemented too in milestone 1 first. Next milestone. After we will building our bridge protocol primitives. In the second milestone, already will be available transfer value type 3 and ERC20 tokens. This is what we will show in the presentation in the presentation after this stage. Milestone 3. As I said, in the second stage, we already passed value. That means in the third milestone, we will do implementate work to implement the economic model, the distribution of responsibilities, layer, and the economy of the bridge. Also, we will develop user interfaces and explore for this logic. Milestone 4. In the 4 milestone, we complete the great epic of the economic model. Issue of tokens, their burning, rewarding, and punishment of participants in the network. All this will be done in the 4th milestone. Also, we will not forget to write documentation and set up a representation stand. Yes. And all roadmap in one picture. The first milestone will be more functional and larger than L. We have already started working in October before suggestion in the community, and we'll finish in the middle of December, first milestone. The next milestones will take about a month of the team's work. We will be releasing as soon as possible. And after completion of all work, anyone can take this open source product, build their own business logic, and launch the DeFi project. Thanks, everyone. I hope our suggestion will be considered and kept.
Hello, Stepan. Could you please return one slide before to your milestone?
Yes, okay.
Some questions from my side.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for joining to Freeton. And my questions. Question number first. Do you have scope of work for your all milestones? And can you describe deliverables on these milestones?
Yes.
Maybe not now, and you need time to preparation document, because in DeFi subgovernments we will communicate with all team who have resource and ready implement architecture, because our goals is not about architecture for architecture. Yeah, our goals is create products. And we need to understand, do team have enough resources for implementation, and what their milestones, deliverables, and what time, because we need coordinate different teams. And if, for example, if after milestone 1, it may be enough for test some potential DeFi teams who have experience in Polkadot, maybe we can start work in parallel, because for good bridges you need you need to have some tests, and the best tests for bridges is projects who will use the bridge. And for these decisions we need to understand all your milestones.
Okay. And your question in what?
Yeah, it was my first question. Second question about estimation. We will communicate with all teams and talk about estimates of scope of work, and next steps for all teams. It will be work like similar to grant systems. You will create one milestone, we will pay in tokens for one milestone, second milestone, second payments, and we will pay for deliverables. And for us it's very important to understand deliverables. If you will understand deliverables on all milestones, we can estimate internally in governments. And if we okay with your estimation, we can create commit, and let's start work.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just a technical recommendation from my side also, please specify budgets better in tokens, because we do not distribute dollars, we distribute some crystals.
Yes.
And also, can you maybe remind a bit on your Relay network, how will it work, and who will be the participant of this network?
I don't hear you. Can you repeat, please?
Hello? Do you hear me now? Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Can you please describe a bit how your Relay network will function, and who will be participants of this network as per your architecture proposal?
Yes, and first, what blockchain do you want to use for Relay network?
I answer on these questions in.
Okay, I have a question,
Dmitry?
Yeah. Relay network, it's not blockchain actually, it's just relay node is just software for provide message from chain A to chain B and chain B to chain A. It's don't have some of state, or it's not gossip between relay nodes, and we implemented on chain bridge repository. Okay.
So you mean you will provide the source code for anyone who wants to participate in validating the transactions between blockchains, can build these nodes and run a server with it, correct?
Sorry, can you explain more?
Who will be first relay chain node? We don't know. We will do technical implementation, not all economic system and launch DeFi project. It's only open source code to do this. Anybody?
Okay, so that's also an approach, and that's good to hear that anyone can join such a relay network in this case. So
Yes.
yeah, and that's open source in all of its beauty. In fact, thank you.
Guys, how many nodes need this bridge? How do you think? I mean, it's enough 10 nodes for relay chain, or 20 or more, or in what matter?
Yeah. I think it's. No, I think something about 30 nodes, maybe. It's
13 or 30?
30.
30.
Mm-hmm. 30, yes?
Yes.
What more decentralization will you need your project, and more nodes you need for this work?
I know that in Polkadot, in Parachain, they have some relay chain. Why don't use relay chain in Polkadot, for example? Or why don't use nodes in Freetone, for example? Why we need this new relay chain that not blockchain, but some like DAO with some participant that have special nodes?
We need to have middle software between two chains, because Freetone or Polkadot don't have native mechanics for provide message in other blockchains. We need
relay chain can read and write in other chains. Freetone can't read and write data from another chain. Do you understand it?
Yes, but I think that Polkadot can.
No, actually not. Only special parachains can. And
if you write it logic, yes.
Yeah. And no one project right now don't implemented it.
In this case, it's kind of a good objective, yeah, to create this one day. If nobody does this, and we will have some kind of this solution in some future, it will be good, both for integration of Polkadot and Freeton. But right now, as far as I understand, you selected the node approach as the most fastest and working one. Is it right?
Sorry, can you repeat? I don't understand.
I mean that you have selected the approach with relay nodes created just for deployment and for writing to both blockchains, as it is significantly faster to do, yeah, and easier to do. And the approach with parachain is an R&D, serious R&D required on how to do this, as nobody did this before.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's need to research, but I think relay network right now, it's mostly close for implementation, I think.
I think we will have architecture committee with Mitya, maybe on next week, with our different architecture bridges, and in this committee we can discuss details of implementations for Polkadot solution, for Ethereum solution, because in ideal case, maybe after some months, and I hope not many months, bridge software can be part of node for validators, and I think it's possible, and validators will earn not only from validators and block and Freeton, but also from bridge too.
Yeah, kind of plugin for a node.
Yes, kind of plugin for a node.
Brilliant idea.
Yes, I agree. Good idea. If it's possible, I want to be in this committee for discuss too. It's or another idea. This specification from guys very interesting, but for my opinion, it's better to use relay chain or like nodes in Freeton. But maybe it's not so easy because now Freeton not so ready for take data for another blockchain. But for example, I know Kisama Canary network, it's parachain in Polkadot. It's a special parachain for took data from another blockchains. For this case, maybe it's better to use one from these blockchains. And if it will be committed, I want to discuss and suggest this decision, for example. But it's of course, guys, up to you to decide how it's better to meet, because you are developers.
Yeah, and from my point of view, of course, we can use another project who have data from blockchain. We can work without a native integration and native bridge with Bitcoin and use only WBTC and RenBTC. But for a real independent of network, we need to have our bridge, own bridges.
Yeah, and I would add that the diversity of these bridges is also important. So, because nobody knows which approach will be the best in the production mode, and that's why it's important to see different approaches to architecture and implementation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Thank
speak
you, guys.
about that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Let's
Thank you
speak
so
about
much. It's a very good presentation. Any other questions, guys? on this topic?
Yeah. If we have, how to say, independent nodes, validators like, they need to be punished somehow if they for bad behavior. Should it work like proof of stake, like in Triton?
Yeah, really working on proof of stake, yes. On every proposal from relay node have stake for this proposal, and if this proposal rejects, then his stake just slashed.
Yes, I can help to guys to answer these questions because I read specification and remember that you have special tokens since name Duton, yes?
Yes, the tone.
And it's like a type 3 token in Freeton blockchain, and nodes that names and specification like retranslators will be have stake with this Duton, and they will be punished for with that some stake will give like punishment to network if they do something invalid actions.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
But really about Duton, it's the second my question that I thought that maybe to discuss this and maybe to better use more liquidity tokens, Crouton crystal, or and even more liquidity.
Yes, it's a good question. We can mint crystal derivatives as the Polkadot.
Yeah, for example.
For example.
We need to discuss maybe in committee.
We need to discuss. It's on Milestone 4. It's a long time ago.
Yes, like Sergey Sashev recommended. But thank you for start.
Yes.
Yeah, and also we discussed several times the idea of a governance token that can be used for different projects, for different validation nodes, for different staking purposes. And so this is just the first real case where this kind of the governance token can be applied, be it Duton or be it something else. So yeah, but
yes.
Now we need to build the first bricks, and I think it's a matter of discussion on how to better implement this. So let's discuss it at its architecture committee.
It will be one Freeton DeFi governance token for all bridges.
All right. Any other questions, guys? 3, 2, 1. No, we don't have Ivan Kotelnikov here to stop me, like on the main call. Okay, so thank you, guys. You have a brilliant presentation. It was very interesting. You see, we have a lot of questions, and I hope that there will be more, just for the sake of building the great solution. Not really good, but great solution for the network. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you. Yeah. And so we are moving to the next topic, so which is the stablecoin architecture contest. Is Nimrod here? I don't see him. No. So as you remember, some time ago, so we had several discussions dedicated to stablecoin built on the Freeton. And now time has come So to run the contest for its architecture, I will remind you that as we discussed, so we had two approaches. So the first one, which is easier, and it relies fully on other cryptocurrency as a collateral for this stablecoin, and the next approach, which is significantly much more complex, is a stablecoin grounded by some real stable currencies, fiat currencies. I'm sorry for this. But maybe as we discussed that time, there are some other approaches that people can bring to us, and that is the time to create such a contest. What do you think about this, guys? What are your ideas, and who can volunteer to write the specification for this contest?
About stablecoins, it's one of the philosophical questions, because there are a lot of different ways how to create stablecoin, and it will be different economical models. Three basic potential ways. First way is like DAI, when you have different crypto, and your stablecoin will be under this crypto. Second way is like Tether, when you have bank or DIT and etc. And I have no idea how to create this institutional model. Third way is create programmatic stablecoin with market making. Maybe it's way. And from my point of view, we can create contest for stablecoin for with different models, and we will have two sides: economical side, in the ticket will be main side in this contest, and technical side. And maybe Vladimir Maslякov, are you here? Vladimir, I see you in Zoom.
Don't hide, please. We see you. We are transport organization, you know.
Yeah. Hi. So I might disappear for some time. Yeah, I think we should not restrict any possible all possible economic models, architectures of stablecoin. Something it should be done with mixed liquidity pools or single. Should be it's possible to be not be backed by any liquidity whatsoever. Implementations also exist. Everything is welcome. So I think this idea would win, and we'll have a call like that after the best implementation.
Guys,
do we create now a contest for economic model first, or for the architecture approach first?
I think as with DEX, we should include into the contest both architecture and economic model, because it's actually very tightly connected in DeFi world. So a good implementation without a proper economic model is a bad implementation, in my opinion. So,
and I agree. Here in stable coins, it's more important to connect economics model with architectures model. In stable coin, impossible to share, to cut it.
Yes, plus there is also a very, the good thing to discuss is a real motivation. So I see two basic and slightly different motivations in current cryptocurrency world. So one motivation, and the initial one for coins like Tether and other popular stable coins like Coinbase, TrueUSD, etc., was just to give a way for the consumers to hedge the risk of volatile cryptocurrencies, and it was the basic motivation. And another motivation appeared in the DeFi world, where people wanted to have an instrument where they could earn some potential interest or yield on their assets, right? Or potentially invest it into some loan, make some borrows, etc., etc. So these motivations are a little bit different, and the implementations for them is also significantly different. And I also don't want to restrict. I think we should welcome both approaches, though we're a DeFi community, and some governance, but we should welcome both approaches. So if a person writes that it's more for the exchange purposes and motivation is to make easier exchange for the community, it's okay as well. As so the motivation is, and I don't exclude that there are implementations where both motivations and even some other could be satisfied by good architecture and economic model. We can't exclude that as well.
Yeah. Vladimir, I can be volunteer for this to prepare this document, or you, if you decide yet, we talk with you, it's 2 days before, but or you can help me, it's like will be better, but I can start.
Yeah, you can start, and I think that it's not that two of us, it's everybody is welcome who is on the chat.
Yes.
We'll make you can start with a Google Doc, right?
Yeah,
and
yes,
yes.
and we prepare this document and share with, maybe Nimrod will big helper for us too, because he's start to do something.
Yeah, so I think everybody should have an opportunity to participate, and it would be great, yes, if you start, and we'll just take it from there and help you polish it till its final form. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So Alex, what do you think when you will be able to prepare the first draft, and so that we could comment and start the discussion?
Okay, guys, I start tomorrow from morning, but I cannot work in weekend. We went to mountains, and I prolong in Monday, and maybe to the end of Monday or start of Tuesday will be ready draft, what we maybe discuss with Maslikov and Nimrod, and share with or our DeFi community.
Yeah,
maybe Tuesday. It sounds like more or less.
Yeah, that sounds great, date. And maybe we can even discuss it at the next call. What do you think?
Yes, it's a good idea. These terms will be better because maybe we need a little bit more time for discuss this motivation that now Vladimir said.
True story.
Yes. I more or less understand what we need to put in contest document, but some we have a different architecture for our free token. Yes, I think we will use some like type free tokens, and for this we need to discuss with some developers, maybe with Mitya or some other developers who in our DeFi jury we have.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, because if we share draft on Tuesday or Tuesday or Wednesday and discuss in next call, it's a very good idea.
All right then. So let's prepare for the next discussion on the next Thursday. As usual, it's 4 p.m. Moscow time. Okay, thank you guys. Any other questions or suggestions on this topic? 3, 2, 1, no.
That's something
Yes,
generally
yes, please.
about stablecoin. The big question about stablecoin is stable in relation to what? you can be very stable in relation to Bitcoin, but that won't be stable at all.
Yes, and that's actually the question that participants in the contest should answer. In fact, what is stable to, and why is it should be stable to this or that instrument? Because all depends on purposes of how the stablecoin will be used.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that again we should look as broad as possible, because sometimes people mix stable coins with stable coins for fiat. It's not definitely our case. It may be as well as stable coin for any cryptocurrency or ERC20 token. So we won't. I think my guess is that we won't limit it in the contest. It will be as broad as possible. But stable means that actually my definition is that it's when the real price, the real market price is not supported by the liquidity inside the blockchain, the network, but is something external to the network, like what makes Bitcoin and US dollar similar to us in terms of stablecoin, that their price is dominated by liquidity outside the blockchain, right? It's somewhere in the external market. So I treat stable coins like this in a very broad definition.
All right.
Guys, another question is, I thought Daniel Pellet was supposed to present his thoughts today following last week's presentation. I thought that what we agreed, that he's coming to kind of with a little bit more details on DeFi.org.
Yes, but he didn't write anything, so that he's participating in this call. Maybe I will ping him, and for the next call, so he will bring some thoughts and some roadmap, as we agreed last time.
Yeah, or maybe just in the chat, not to lose 1 week. Maybe he prefers to do it in the chat. I don't know, but it's strange. I thought we agreed that. Yeah, it would be great, I think, if you ping him a lot.
Okay, yeah, sure. Ping Daniel, noted. All right, so I think that we discussed a lot about stablecoins, and so we can move to the next topic of today's agenda. So it's really good news for us that we have a whole bunch of new jurors who have joined the DeFi jury. So these are 7 people, so let me present them. So the first one is Andrew from DeFi Alert. It's the popular Telegram and Twitter channel, which is devoted to DeFi news. So he is a derivative expert and stocks and future trader. So he deeply understands of what is going on in the decentralized world. And so, yeah, he's a notable figure in all of this world. The next is Andrei, who is a skilled web developer with a huge experience with mapping the first generation architectural design of complex consumer and enterprise projects. So that's how he introduces himself. So this says that he has a vast technical background, and he will be able to judge fairly all our technical contests. The next person is Mitya. So who doesn't know Mitya? No need for further introduction. Next comes Ilya Bugaev, who is a co-founder of DeFiRex. So welcome, Ilya. So I hope that you will bring a lot of good research and analytics in this sphere. Next, Ilya Podanitsyn, who is a skilled project manager, and he has a lot of experience in the blockchain development and asset management. Then comes Denise, who is an engineer with a vast background in technical field with over 12 years of experience. And also Alex, who is a famous person in Triton because he's a juror in the main governance and several other sub-governances. And at the same time, he has tens of years of technical experience. So welcome on board, guys, and hopes that you will be judged fairly. So let's everyone please say some words of greeting to them.
Yes, hello, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, very modest, I would say. So that's a huge event, in fact, guys. And now we have the number of independent jurors who has come from the community that overwhelmed the number of the initial jurors finally. So now we have 9 + 7, so it's 16 people in the jury. And I think we need one more shot of jury contest to be run next week to break the threshold of 20 people. And this will be more than enough to ensure the proper judging of all the contests happening in DeFi sub-governance. What do you think?
Vladislav, my opinion that we need to wait a couple of weeks and do a contest for jury 1.3 because for last time, for example, I have some conversation with guys and in different channels and talk with them, and they stay warmer for this vote to go to our jury. It's need to time to explain, to go deep in Triton. I think maybe so quickly, maybe will be not so useful and not so many people, but it's my opinion.
Alexander, I agree. We need some time.
Okay, so that just to digest new jurors.
Yeah.
Okay then. In this case, so let's put for ourselves a task to run another wave of contest after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
One more topic to discuss today is something we faced yesterday when building the calculation for payouts for the bridge contests. As you remember, in both contests, we had some special rewards for participants. And these rewards should have had additional voting, in fact. But the contest system, the governance interface, doesn't allow you to vote just for some additional points. And we had some polemics with Mitya this morning on whether or not it is legitimate to vote on such special rewards in an off-chain manner. So I will remind you. So yesterday I had to run the off-chain voting to get the opinion of the jurors who voted for bridge contests on the special rewards, because we promised them to the participants. And in fact, we ran it as Telegram voting, Telegram poll, sent directly to these jurors. And after that, I published all of these in the jury channel. And Mitya said that we cannot do this, in fact, because it is not transparent, although it's all of the results are open and public. But I want to hear your opinion, fellow governors. What do you think on this, and how we should tackle such special rewards? Should we run separate proposals to pay them, or should run additional contests, or what? Because right now governance interface doesn't allow us to run quite complex competitions.
I think we should postpone it till we have something technical in place, which would allow us, but running separate proposals. It's very heavyweight.
No separate proposals, no different additional contest. It's too hard way and too bureaucratic way.
Yeah, that's actually what I said to me too. So we we cannot afford to run 5 additional proposals and each one to be voted, each one to be voted by jurors again. So it will create a mess. I see a raised hand from Alex, our new juror. Alex, please. You want to say
Yeah,
something?
but we can we make another several contests for this additional rewards and vote for them? Just it will be the same work. We could work for the same work, but for additional reward. I mean, it should not be very difficult for participants and for juries.
In theory, yes.
But we will follow the agreement.
But try just to imagine. We have 7 extremely busy people who form the DeFi sub-governance, who vote for, analyze and vote each proposal. We have our participants who have already submitted all the works and they have everything in place. And they were promised to get a special reward if they do this or that. We have jurors who have already performed the task. They read out all the works and put the scores. And they already expressed their opinion on, although it is not on blockchain, but anyway, it is public and anyone can see it, what to do in this case. And what's more important, it's already the past contest. So I agree that we should not put such a proposals in contests since now, as there is no technical possibility to implement them. But for these 2 contests that has already passed and it already happened. Yeah, so and there is a gray area of regulation in Freetone, in fact. Never mind what Mita says. And I propose that for these 2 contests, we do this in an off-chain manner with publishing all the voting results openly and fairly on Freetone forum. And for future, we do not do this anymore. What do you think?
No, it will be a precedent. I'm against this. I don't see any issues to everybody made their job, so just we need some technical actions from everybody. If everybody is find this very difficult, I mean, we can do them for them, but anyway, the results should be on blockchain. We can't do anything off blockchain. It's just, it will be wrong precedent.
Yeah, but let's not create a precedent and definitely state that this is not a precedent and cannot be addressed to.
Maybe if Alex can do its contest by himself and he have time for that, maybe okay. If Alex
yes,
can.
I can do it. Yes, I can do it.
Have we another questions more than only time what we need to prepare for this contest, Vladimir? Or if Alex said, okay, I do it myself, maybe it's suitable for all our community? Or we have different questions, opinion, why to better to do it in Telegram?
No, I agree that in fact it should be done on chain. It should be, if we had some technical possibility to do this. But if not, so should we just stop ourselves and avoid just bringing some additional incentives, or we should take this as a case and try to implement this on chain in future?
I propose remove extra reward and and move to another milestone, because we can spend a lot of another times for contest, for our negotiation and etc. But I think we don't need it in reality, because if we will launch bridges and DeFi ecosystem after 3 months, maybe 4 months, first project and first result, guys who created bridges and good economical model and etc. and they will be part of this ecosystem, they can earn so many tokens. So with extra reward tokens will be how to say it,
very small amount.
It will compensate.
Insignificant. Yes.
Or Sergey, we can move this reward to the next steps of this contest, because now it's only design, but in the future it will be programming, and for good.
But next steps on this contest, it's not about contest. It's grants and only implementation, and only after milestone implementation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moreover, most of the requirements by participants were not met. I think there were a couple of participants who met the requirements of this special contest, and as far as remember, those were exactly the winners who will be participating in the implementation stage, so they will get compensated anyway in future milestones. So I think, yeah, at this time, because we don't have the technical capability to implement it on chain, we should just give up on this idea till we have, and I think it's not up to us to decide. There is a special sub-governance for decentralized governance 2.0. I think it's kind of an issue for them to solve, not for us.
Okay. In this case, so we will be publishing the announcement in each of the contests that, sorry guys, we don't have the technical possibility right now to assign the special rewards. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. In this case, so we have everything ready, except maybe the smart contract yet for a payment session today. So let's maybe agree on the time, as we need to get how much? Four signatures at least for the payout transactions, and all of them have been already, all the amounts have been validated. So we need just to prepare the smart contract and issue the transaction to it. So so I will ask Sergey Potsekhin to prepare the contract now, and maybe it will take half an hour. So, but will you be ready to sign the transaction today?
Yes.
Governors, please. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need one more yes, please, from the governance team.
Excuse me, can I ask one more question,
Yes,
please?
sure.
Just what is the issue if we create, I don't know, 3 or 5 more contests? And I mean, for initial members, it's not so difficult, not so long to vote. They have their results already, so they do not need to think about. They will need just to enter the page and put the 5 words and put their rate. That's all. So it's about maximum 1 minute for contests. So every initial member will spend 3-5 minutes. That's all. And we will have everything on chain, and everybody will see that we are giving money not to our favorite guys, but everything is clear.
Yeah, but all the participants should resubmit their applications to this contest. This contest should be deployed. This contest should be voted for by jurors. So it maybe sounds easy, but it's as I said to Mita, it's really a huge bureaucratic way to solve this simple question. So
deploy contract. I could deploy a contract for about participants. We don't have a lot of them, or even if some of them can't do this 5 times more. I mean, we could use some common wallet and then forward the reward to them. I mean,
Okay, Alex, let's do it. You can try all process.
Yeah, okay, why not? Or we can vote even in Telegram, will we do it or not? But I think, why not, Alex? is if you can do it, yeah? I vote for okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, but let's decide in this case, will we run the payout session today for the generic prizes, or we will wait for the results of this one? I propose to run the payout session.
Yes, let's run.
Very good. Okay, then I will ping everyone in payment group once the contract is ready, and we will be creating the transaction for payout. So we have run this already for the first time last time. So I hope that everyone remembers how it looks like. So if not, there is a recording published on the Freeton YouTube. And this time I will just ping everyone in the chat that this is a transaction, just check it. And if you're all right with it, so please sign it. All right then, so we have discussed a lot of topics today. I'm over with the agenda, and if anyone else wants to discuss something specific, please say now or never. 3, 2, 1, over. Thank you, everyone. We had a very interesting discussion today.
Hey guys, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
you.